You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek.
Are we gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're Nev Nips. I'm Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
that
a
part,
good
you
point.
know?
Wow, I'm really sad that I burped. I talked over that triumphant burp that just happened.
This is an appropriate response to that is, you're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
It's been a long time since I've burped right into the microphone.
It's been a long time since I burped into microphones.
People are fans.
Big fans of that ASMR burp culture that
Mhm.
Monica's all about. Welcome to the Hug Life podcast. I am Monica, Miss Burps a Lot, Nevi.
And I am Mike, Toot City Coletta.
That is accurate. Boy, am I full of farts, like all the time. Like
Do you fart a lot?
consistently.
Really?
I fart a lot to the point, I think it's like an IBS thing, but
Yeah.
also like to the point where if I was with anyone else, I feel like, because Katie's like used to it by now,
Yeah.
but it's
You
like
got to
not-
get, I'll be honest, I have from time to time have some toots, When you first start dating people, you like try to hold it in,
Yeah, you got to get to that point where you can just let the toot flag fly.
Yeah. So you don't even worry about it now. My
Don't
parents
even
fart in
worry.
front of each other constantly, and neither of them ever reacts to it anymore.
They're just like, that's life.
Mhm.
That's Hot Pam and the Fox of 77.
Just Toot City. Do you have any shows coming up or things in general you'd
I
like to plug?
Do. So this Thursday, I'm doing a show. And no big deal. I'm doing a show. It's the High Trivia Show.
Oh,
Yeah. A funny part about it, I don't know where it is. I need to figure out where it is.
the High Trivia Show. I don't even know what
Yeah.
that is.
It's
Sounds right up my alley, though.
I think it's gonna be fun.
I
I'm
love
nervous.
both of those things.
It's gonna be here. So I just pulled up the information on where it's at. It's at Olmsted. Is the name of the
wait.
bar.
Is it the hot seat one?
Hot seat one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna be doing that on Thursday, and then Friday I'm in Kelso, Washington,
Hell yeah.
doing a gig. It's weird. It's a contest that I'm hosting, but Andrew Slater's doing a headlining set at the Kelso Theater. So it's like this in
But there's a
between is like
contest?
contest acts. I think is how it works. Regardless, I get to drive John Fox home. So this
It's
is gonna
not
be
just like the
interesting.
best of the contest thing.
Maybe it is. I don't.
That's
fucking
what we've
know.
done. That's what he's been doing at that theater.
Well,
but I
then there's
don't
a good chance it's the best of, and I'm just the guy that's hosting. I don't know, but
know. You're one of the best ofs.
apparently,
There you go.
it's funny because the money I thought was good, and then I realized with current gas prices, it's really not. Like, because gas just sucks.
Well,
So
It's gotten better. It's gotten lower. And I was just in the South, and it is $3.29 down there or whatever.
oh shit. Okay,
Right.
well maybe it'll be good. So I'm doing that, and then the week after that, that is the 26th and 27th, I believe. Let me double check on my calendar here. Yes, it is.
Yes.
I am going to be headlining Club Comedy.
Oh yay! Hey, there you go, Seattle. Go see it.
Go see me do a long set.
Ooh, and a long set.
Got to be breathing heavy by the end of it. What do you do at Monica?
This week. So I'm gonna explain this. I'm probably gonna over explain this, but I'm getting married soon. October.
Really? News to me. No, I'm just kidding.
And some people, including some hug bugs, had asked about giving us a gift or, a financial gift for
Now,
the
when
wedding.
you say us, you mean you and me? Do I get a financial gift, or is it just it's you and Aaron?
Me and Aaron. And I
Fuck.
felt kind of weird about that, like
I didn't
having
feel weird about that. Get that money.
listeners, followers, fans, whatever, give us, but which she didn't really, but I felt like because a lot of, good things happened for us when we did the YouTube live stream. So we're going to do a live stream show, and then that be kind of the opportunity if people wanted to give a gift or whatever, that would be the time. We're going to do that on Thursday, August 18th at 7 p.m. but you can see it anywhere. It's just going to be on YouTube like we did when everything was locked down. And I'll do all the stuff that's not on my special. I have some guests, and then
Who are the guests? Can you tell us who the guests are?
Opportunity. We're not 100% confirmed right now, so no, I cannot. But it's not you, because you'll be doing high trivia.
High trivia.
Should log in anyways. I would comment.
Get those numbers up.
Get in the comment section. Yeah. But that would be the opportunity to see a little stand up if you haven't seen me in a while. So it's a live stream, easy to do. Or give us a gift. I don't know how else to say
I just realized I can't do this high show.
Why?
On the air. I just realized this. I have to start working the boats again, and there's a federal mandate that you can't smoke weed, and I have to take a piss test.
Well, if I wasn't doing this live stream, I would take your spot, but I cannot.
Yep, I got to message her and be like, this came up. I'm so sorry. That kind of sucks.
Maybe you can pretend that you're high.
Yeah, I'll see what now the audience will know, though.
Well, no, they won't. Anyways, then
I'm so high.
Sunday, August 21st, Mercer Island on the Funny Farm again, which is an outdoor show we did last year. We're going to do it again, this time with me, Adam Posse, and Dewa Dorje. It's going to be a good show. And so you buy tickets. It's at this really fancy horse farm in Mercer Island, and it's really pretty. And then you bring your chairs and sit in the grass. We're going to start at 6 so that, it's not too buggy and dark, and then everyone gets home at an appropriate time. We've sold quite a few tickets, so if you want to come hang out there, do it. Get your tickets now. It's on my website. Then next week.
What day is that?
That's August 21st, the Sunday. This Sunday. And then the 25th, I'm in
Sunday.
Nashville, the August 22nd. No, 26th and 27th. I'm at the Blue Ridge Comedy Club in Bristol, Tennessee. And then some other things in September. Yeah, hopefully we'll have another episode by then. But yep, those are the things that are going on. And thank you. Goodbye.
Good stuff. Real good stuff there.
Thank you. Nailing it.
You get to perform for horses?
I suppose you could. They're like kind of behind you, but there was that Mr. Cheeto last year. Mr. Cheeto came on stage with Chase Myers.
Wait, so you've done this show before? This is a thing that happens?
We did it once before. Yes. They've asked me to do it again. It's basically through basketball people that also own this farm. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but it's going to be a good show.
Dewa Dorje. Great.
Dewa.
Who else is on it?
Adam Posse.
I love Adam Posse.
Me too. And honestly, I think this audience is really going to like both of them.
They're great. They're two great people.
Yeah. And then me. So it'll be a good time. And the cat.
Two great people and Monica.
Yep. That's how it normally works.
All right. Things you can do to support this podcast. You can rate, review, and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen. I think you follow on Spotify. I think that's what you do. And then you can go to, if you want, monicanevy.com, huglifepodcast.com. You can click on the Amazon link. It's on Monica's, it's like a banner. On ours, it says, here's our Amazon link. And you click on it and it works and it's there.
How nice is that?
You can also do that for the same thing for Patreon, patreon.com/huglifepodcast. You can find a link to that also on huglifepodcast.com. I've made some changes, positive changes on the website. Also, we have an Instagram account at huglifepodcast, adorable animals. And lastly, you can support our dear friend Danny Dodge. She does all our art for us. We love her so much. I think she just did a new thing for you, didn't she?
Nope.
No?
Not recently. Nobody's done art for me recently. She did a sticker for me not too long ago. But
that's what I was insinuating. Okay. Not recently.
I mean, that was like a year ago, though.
Well, hey, she still does it, though. That's good. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Monica.
Anyways, yes, but it's a good sticker.
Lexical embraces.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Okay.
How many do you have?
2.
2. Do you want me to go first with one and then you go and back and forth?
Yeah, let's do that.
First one. Adorable moments you catch in nature. I had my sprinklers on last night and a hummingbird was playing in the sprinkler. Like it was going in and out of it. And I was like, that's fucking adorable. Look how beautiful this is.
That's a good one. I like that a lot.
It was just a little hummingbird playing around the sprinklers.
Playing in it? Or
just trying to drink just flying through it and trying to drink out of it and messing around and ruffling around. And I asked Katie's parents, Katie's mom, and they're like, yeah, they do that. Like that's a thing they just like sprinklers. which I think is funny.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
I didn't know that either. So
that's fun.
it was adorable.
Nice. That's a great one. I enjoyed that. My first one is going to be Southern Charm.
Southern Charm. You mean the hit Bravo show or no?
No, I don't even know what that means. I'm talking about the actual thing, that Southern Charm of just people who seem nice and just want to talk to you with that accent. And it's just, I had joked because I was in Kentucky this week. I joked about how it was kind of like the exact opposite of the Northwest, where just everyone talks to you and like checks in and stuff, but it's like genuine and nice. And I hadn't been to a Southern state in a while, and it was a good. Everybody, it feels like they think you're the family after shows, you know.
They're the Olive Garden of states.
A lot of hugging, but yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Want me to do the next one?
Yep.
Oh, this is one of my favorite things to do in the entire world. I can't believe I've never said it before. When your significant other is gone and you make a shit ton of one kind of food and you just eat that over the course of when they're gone. Spoilers, Katie's out of town right now. Okay.
Oh, so you just
and I made a fuck ton of bucatini and I've been eating it slowly over the last 2 days and it is great.
I really like bucatini.
Me too. It's got a good mouthfeel to it. Chewy, tasty. Love it.
Good. I love an extra hole.
And yeah, the hole in the middle of it.
Yeah, I love it. Just anything with an extra hole is good.
Anything with an extra hole. You heard it here first, folks. She likes noses because it's 2 holes.
2 holes, yeah. Yeah, that's a weird thing to say. Anyways,
I mean, I'm gonna just definitely, isolate that audio and use it to blackmail you later.
Anything with an extra hole.
Anything with an extra hole, Monica Nevi loves.
Yeah, bucatini's great. But yeah, okay, that's just being able to
just when you're like, oh, it's just me. And I don't want to like prep and think about things too much. So I'm just going to make one giant meal and have leftovers. And it's easy. I love it. That's what I love. It's like, I do
like eating alone. People used to say,
I know you do.
Weird
experience of living with you.
I really like to eat alone.
I'm like, what you eating? And she's like, get the fuck away from me.
It's kale, motherfucker. Get out of here.
Get out of here. These are kale chips, you dick. Meanwhile, I'm like, do you want to go eat buffalo wings for the 3rd time today?
Oh, yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Yes. Well, because we could walk to that Wingstop. Oh, how.
I miss that Wingstop.
Yeah.
I love going there and doing that, getting the wings to go online and just walking in and picking it up. It was so nice.
Yes. Oh, I forgot we could just do it online.
Yeah, I did it online so many times.
Yeah,
I kind of kept that Wingstop afloat for 2 years.
Probably did. They seem to be thriving compared to some of the other businesses in that strip mall.
Yeah, they had a froyo place that was all right. It was a yogurt land. It was a yogurt land. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. And then there was like the teriyaki place, but it was like a chain. Why can't I remember what it was? Anyways.
It wasn't. Was it Yoshimaya?
Nope. I think it started with a W.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'll look
directly
on the map. Regardless, here's my last one. Okay.
I'm ready.
A castle that is nowhere in a place that a castle should be.
That's a really fucking good one.
Thank you. Somebody was like, we should build a fucking castle here. I say that because there is one in Kentucky. And it doesn't make any sense where it is. It's called the Kentucky Castle. And I think it's like a resort maybe too, but it's pretty big. But it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere in the bluegrass there. All of a sudden there's just a big, and it's like the fortress kind, like it's got a square around it, and then the inside more of a castle-ish type of thing. And then,
oh, that's cool.
I'm sure there's horses in it. There's fucking horses everywhere there.
There's these gosh darn horses everywhere, just like
horses
rats.
And bourbon. I tried to look up, what things to do in Frankfort, Kentucky.
Ride a horse and drink some bourbon.
All of them had bourbon in it. It wasn't even like, I'm not kidding. It was all different tours, of course, of distilleries. That's fine. But then everything else, it was like a riverboat tour with bourbon, like it wasn't.
Get a DUI on a horse.
Even the one that I thought wasn't, there's like a candy candy place you can do a tour of, and they make a bourbon chocolate. So never mind.
That's funny.
Mhm.
You know what? I
Yeah.
heard about a castle
Castle.
in Washington that you can go stay at, like an Airbnb style castle in Washington. I gotta look up more
Well,
details on it.
I've been to a couple castles in Washington. There's one next to the state capitol building in Olympia.
Really?
Yep. And it was owned. We knew the guy who owned it because they come to a show at some point. We did end up in said castle after a show. It was a wild night. And they bought it to, he was like a lobbyist essentially in, in Olympia, in Washington, whatever. And so when people would come to talk to them about whatever it was, tobacco or alcohol, it was never anything good. You're not a lobbyist for good things. He would
I'm a
take them
lobbyist
there
for
to kind of,
chocolate.
yeah,
Yay.
take them there to kind of impress them, but it was like a straight up, it was smaller, but it was still definitely a castle.
It's like, hey, what do you think about this?
It's weird. And
It
then
is
there's a
weird.
show that happens at one called the Manresa Castle, which is in Port Townsend, something like that. And it's supposed to be haunted. It's pretty creepy.
Spooky castles. Most castles I feel like are haunted. They gotta be.
Well, yeah, if they're actually castles,
a lot
like
of
old,
weird shit going on in there.
yeah, and a lot of murder. Yeah, because you have a dungeon in which you either keep prisoners in or kill them, or they die as prisoners. So ghosts.
That's how ghosts are made. Everyone knows
And
it's a
it's
ghost
how
factory.
dead prisoners, that's how ghosts are made.
Welcome to our podcast, How Are Ghosts Made? I'm Mike
Yep.
Coletta. Let's talk about ghosts.
You gotta kill somebody.
They can't just die of natural causes and become a ghost.
Well, what do you consider a natural cause if you're being chained up?
Falling downstairs.
Oof.
Like you're just walking down into the dungeon and you're like, slip, fall, dead.
As long as they have
I haunt this
unfinished business, then
dungeon.
if they have unfinished business in this life, then they'll be a ghost.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Have you never
Monica
seen
collected
Casper?
crystals for a time, so she knows
I
about
still
ghosts.
have them. That's not what
That's
things
how
don't go together.
Yeah, they do. Everyone knows crystals mean ghosts.
Nope. Have you ever seen Casper?
Yeah, he's a friendly ghost.
Sure, but the reason the uncles and stuff are ghosts is because they have unfinished business.
And they were all horrifically murdered.
You don't get to cross over until that business is finished, I guess. I don't know.
In my mind, they're just behind on their taxes.
Maybe.
It's the business. The IRS, the ghost IRS is coming for them.
The IRS would be the only people who like it still carries over.
They're like, come
They're
on.
like, you missed your taxes on this part, so we're going to keep you here in purgatory.
Well, this was the world's longest lexical embraces segment. Do you want to move on to the next one?
It's true. Now we're just talking about ghosts. So yeah. Yes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hey guys, good news.
Hey, welcome to the good news segment. I'm Mike Coletta. The FDA clears a path for Americans to buy hearing aids without a prescription. So hearing aids are really fucking expensive. Did you know that?
No, but I probably could have guessed because anything that's needed in the medical field seems to be.
Yeah, and this will make it so that not severe cases of hearing aids, but like middle to like low cases of hearing aids where like hearing deprivation, you can get hearing aids over the counter for cheaper.
Interesting.
So it's just a nice way to make Americans feel like they can hear,
Yeah, they need to be doing that with other stuff.
Yep.
And preventative care. Anyways.
I just thought that would be nice because then it's like, hey, it's a good thing. They're trying. Everything's fine in this cruel, horrific world we live in. Sometimes things are fine.
We're okay. Yeah, sure.
Or just okay. Yeah.
That's good though. That's a step in the right direction. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a step in the right direction.
That sounds like something a teacher would say.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it sounds like a step in the right direction there, kids.
Let's be positive.
Keep making a macaroni painting. Did you make a macaroni thing like as a kid?
Yeah. Zach, would you call that a painting though? Because you glue the macaroni to it, right?
Maybe I misspoke a little bit. Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it though for the story. Do you want to end it real quick?
Yeah. Hey guys, that was good news. Sorry.
All right. So we don't have a positive spin this week because we're doing something different.
Yeah.
We've been gone for like a month. We have not had
Yes,
new
that's
episodes
true. I
in a
guess we
month.
had thought about that.
But we're back now. We had a big day.
Yeah, big time.
Big day. Monica, what have you been up to?
Just working. No, we went to Chelan as we do. If you've been a fan of the podcast for long enough, you know. My family and I go to Chelan for a week every year. That was very fun. And I will say, if I want to do a positive spin, not that you have to positive spin family vacation, but you never know. So my mom's birthday is during that time every year, right? Unfortunately, my grandparents couldn't come this year, you know, some health things, unfortunately, but my grandma always makes a big deal of it. That is my mom's birthday. And I don't think my mom really cares, you know?
I think about Pam's birthday all the time.
I know, but we didn't really do anything for it because she didn't really want to, right? But then, and this was mostly Erin's idea, so hats off to her. But
classic Erin, caring about other people,
and making it happen. But
way to go, Erin.
My mom has a favorite. It's not even a winery. I mean, I think technically it's a winery. It's vineyards, I suppose, but they do champagne, so that's champagnery. Anyways,
champagnery.
That is like walking distance from the house that we normally stay in. So I just kind of surprised her and said, "You, me, and Dad are going to go to this place," and we did. And she just—I don't know if you've ever seen one of your parents just so happy.
No.
She just kept saying,
I've
like,
never
"This is
seen
the
them
best."
happy.
You're like, "Nope, always disappointed." He was like, "This is just the best day ever. This is the best thing. Thank you so much." Like, just kept saying that, which is funny because like we've been there before. It was really hot though, and so we got to stay because they have like a tunnel that goes into this hill, so we got to be inside of that, which was pretty cool. We hadn't been in there
the
before.
Tunnel.
And then she went and bought herself like, you know, every sweatshirt and cup or whatever they have in the little gift shop area. But she's just so excited. I don't know if you have never made a parent that happy, or whoever, could be your spouse or whoever,
A lover,
to the point where, you know, like they just like they want you to understand how much of a good time they're having or how happy they are. It's pretty rewarding. So mostly thank you, Erin, for letting that happen. But it was very nice. It was very nice. And my dad's just sitting there like, sure, whatever.
Your dad was very dad to me when I last saw him, by the way. Did I tell you
What
this?
did he do? No.
I lifted the skeleton throne at the brewery by myself.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, "You should have got another person to do that." I could help you
like,
that.
do you need help? Yeah, I can pick it up.
Yeah, I was gonna hurt your back. I'm like, okay, Ron, thank you.
He knows what's up. No, that's
funny. I love Ron and I love Pam, and I'm glad she got to enjoy that.
Yeah, well, because then so we were doing a ladies' lunch, so it was like the boys stayed at the house with the little boy, which was fun to have my dad and my uncle in charge of him. But
pure chaos.
Yeah, I'm sure. Then we went back, you know, we went to this other restaurant. It was really hot in there too, but mom's there. She, you know, I was driving. And so she had most of the champagne flight that we had at the place because I didn't, you know, I wanted to be safe driving. So she's buzzing a little bit. And then the first thing she does when she was going to order, she looks at the server and she goes, "I've already had champagne. So what goes good with champagne?" And he was like, "More champagne." She thought that was really funny, but I was like,
Pam's gonna get a kick out of that.
Oh yeah, she loved it. That was good. I'm sure he was properly tipped.
Pure good lady Pam is. You know what I mean?
She really is, you know.
Not a lot of saints out there. Katie's mom's kind of a saint. Have I told you this?
No.
Her name's Leslie. She's kind of a hero. She doesn't know that we call her a saint because it would make her
you
weird.
don't want it to go to their heads, you know.
But like, she's a very nice person. You know?
It is. It seems the longer you're alive, the more difficult it seems to be nice, you know. And I feel like some people just nail it.
I feel like because it's about it. This podcast is about us. We got to bring it back to us.
Yes,
all the time,
course.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I was a lot nicer when I started comedy, and I've become slowly
That's what
more
I'm saying.
and more
you
less
get kind
caring.
of annoyed.
Because I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Bitter and tired. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's the same feeling of like I don't want to go hang out at a fucking open mic. Like what?
No,
I'm
and
not a
also,
fan.
you know, I forgot with traveling, like, you know, you see people you haven't seen in a long time or whatever, but luckily they're also getting older. So It's fun to say hi, but if they're like, we should go get a drink or we should go somewhere else, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
The amount of plans made with other couples that never follow through.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. And it's always because we're fucking exhausted.
I'm
Just
too
let
tired.
us sit
Even
here with my
doing
cat.
this. No, I planned specifically because I flew home yesterday morning. So Monday morning, because I did a show in Indianapolis on Sunday night. Flew home Monday morning early. I mean, got up at 4:45 there, which is 1:45 here.
Mm-hmm.
Flew, whatever. Flight was at 7:10. Get in
Indianapolis
at 9.
is 3 hours ahead. I never put that together.
Yeah, they're East Coast too. It's odd, like where the East
Oh.
Coast line
Around the
is,
border
but
of it, probably. Yeah.
I don't even know. But still, it's yeah, all East Coast shit. Anyway, so get here, drive down to Tacoma. I'm like dying by that point. But do you know that point where you like skip exhaustion, not skip, but you get past it and you're like, my body is hating itself, but my brain won't like just go to sleep, So like you want to take a nap after that and it takes forever. So it took me like 3 hours to fall
I
asleep
hate
once I
that.
got home.
Yeah.
But I had specifically planned nothing for yesterday because I knew that's what was going to happen, right? I was like, so I got my hair cut today. We were doing this today. I did a different podcast today. But even by then, like this morning, I was like, fuck, I have to do stuff.
It's the worst. Feeling like you have to do stuff is the absolute worst thing in the world.
It just bothers me for longer. I don't know.
Yeah, I was in Spokane this last weekend visiting Brian because I realized every time I'd gone over there, I'd had comedy. And I was like, I kind of canceled all my summer dates for those flight problems I was having. And this was a weekend that was open. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just go visit Brian, right? He's got 2 kids, ages 1 and 3. I woke up every morning at 6 a.m. because of just so loud, right? And it wasn't his fault. It's not anyone's fault. But then when I got home yesterday, I was like, I need to take a nap. And I did the same fucking thing. I couldn't fall asleep. I just tried so hard and I just couldn't fall asleep.
There's something weird about
crazy.
That. I don't know. Maybe your mind just gets hopped up from having to like survive or something. And then
I think I got hopped up from having to drive 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
home.
That's a long time.
And then I got home and I couldn't relax. I was like, I'm home. I'm so excited.
Flight was 4 hours and I was like falling asleep on and off the whole time. I was in first class. Sorry, everybody.
Suck a butt.
Mm-hmm. But to the point where I didn't even get to enjoy my free meal and stuff because I was trying to sleep the whole time. But it was like that odd, like on and off, like, okay, my neck hurts too much this way, so I go the other way. Then my neck hurts too much this way, so I go the other way. Just like you're maybe asleep for like 10 minutes at a time, and then you.
Can we talk about your free meal though? What was your free meal?
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Oh, so they just like skipped you?
I was asleep.
They're supposed to wake you up.
And they could. No,
shit's fucked up.
Well, and then she was running out of something. I heard her talking to somebody behind me at some point, being like, "Oh, we're out of that one." So I don't even know if it would have been that good. But
what if it was your dream food and you didn't know? What if it was just a bunch of kale?
Alaska first class meals are fucking great.
Yeah, I've had them before.
It's like a nice spring salad. There's like a warm roll, and then whatever else you got going on, breakfast sandwich or something.
I love their rolls. That they have on those
rolls are good. I didn't even know, you didn't know they have them. They're also on a cool tray that's like a cute tray, but it's got kind of a waxy thing on the top so that nothing slides. They've thought of everything.
Can I lexically embrace something real quick?
Oh, yes. And I would like to lexically embrace something after that.
Just bread. Just how good is fucking bread? It's honestly so good.
Just carbs, maybe. I don't even know.
So good.
Yeah.
Give me a French roll with some butter melted inside. Get the fuck out of here.
Honestly, if you could give me a soft spreadable butter on a room temperature or even kind of cold piece of bread, still great.
Soft spreadable butter is what they called me in high school.
Oh, soft and spreadable over here.
Here comes soft and spreadable. That sounds like a nickname you'd give a person who was promiscuous.
Yes. Yeah.
Here comes old soft and spreadable Barb.
I guess spreadable would be
spreadable,
sure, but I don't know. Yeah. Soft, maybe not, but spreadable Barb.
I was soft and spreadable mentally.
There you go.
Emotionally.
That makes sense. Okay. I flew on a 737 Max, which we've only heard bad things about, right?
Those are the ones. Were those ones that were crashing?
Yes, because it was a Boeing issue because they allowed airlines to choose what things were in there. You know what I mean? Like what safety, so they could make the plane cheaper by skipping over some safety things that should probably just be on all of them, right?
Shit's fucked up.
That didn't go very well. Alaska, not one of those things. But I did look at the thing and I was like, ooh, this makes me kind of nervous. Whatever they've done to this plane, bad turn. Like we had solid turbulence for like 30 minutes. You don't really feel it. Like you can tell, it's almost like it like shifts inside or something of the fuselage, because it's like you can tell there's turbulence down here, but it doesn't shake the way that
Like
it
a
used to.
suspension on the floor or something.
Yeah,
to make it
it's
so it doesn't,
weird, but it
rides
doesn't.
out.
It didn't bother me at all, and I like legit hate turbulence, but it was weird. It was like it. Yeah, it's like shock absorbing or something, because we had like some pretty rough turbulence for a while, and you just kind of couldn't really feel it. It
You're
just
just
felt
like,
like it was
who
farther below
cares?
you or something. Yeah.
That's interesting. I never really
Yeah.
thought about that, but you're right. The planes probably have something inside of them that makes it so they don't. I
Well, they
know
should.
those big
I mean, I
super
never say
yachts.
don't, but yeah.
Big super yachts have
Mhm.
stabilizers, which are like these fins that go off on the sides. They're always moving essentially, and
Ah,
they make it so when a swell comes in, it doesn't tip over. Like, it doesn't do the
interesting.
rocky boat thing. It like holds it in place because it's like fighting against the swell.
Yeah.
Because when the stabilizers go out in those yachts, it's fucking terrible looking. It's just like constant like back and forth rocking
Got it.
because they're just gigantic boats. It's
That's
like,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe there's something like that, but it felt way different than, because we had it was a pretty bumpy landing going in to Cincinnati, and it was an older, not old, but obviously not a brand new plane, and it felt way different.
Oh, but the way home was the one with the
Very-
nice Max.
Yes, one with the nice one. Yeah, interesting stuff they're doing in aviation, I would say.
Welcome back to the Aviation Podcast. I am your captain speaking.
I mean, if we're talking about traveling, oh my gosh. Okay, so I went to Cincinnati on Thursday, did a show that night. When I get there, you can't get a lift for an hour. Finally
Jeez.
go to the Airbnb, literally have to change and leave in 15 minutes. Do that, go to the show. It's a good show, packed. A friend of mine I went to high school with plays music in Cincinnati. And we thought, oh, we both have gigs. We won't be able to. She ended up playing at the same place I was. Like her show was after mine, essentially. So we got to see each other, which was great. And it was a surprise. So it was fun time, right? Then I get up the next morning to drive to Lexington, Kentucky-ish, do shows there at a club Friday and Saturday with Chris Frangiola, who's great.
Who's
Very
still,
funny.
yeah, Chris Frangiola. I'm glad he's still touring. He used to come to Tacoma.
Right. Well, we talked about it for a little bit because some of the other podcast friends that are in that group make quite a bit of money. And his podcast is doing a lot better. So he's considering maybe not doing, whatever. But he fucking crushed. So good.
It sounds
and
like
so
some
nice.
hot goss for the
I'll tell you
Patreon
afterwards,
episode.
but,
Or afterward, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you in the Patreon too. He was speculating, but I don't want to say for sure for that reason. But
Speculation. Ooh.
his podcast is doing very well. So he was kind of like, maybe I should be more picky, about where I'm touring and stuff. But so then I go Sunday morning, drive to Indianapolis, which is like 3 hours. And the label who does my albums, just the owner is like driving me everywhere, but he had offered. So whatever. Do the show in Indianapolis and then fly out really early. Like it had been probably 2 months since I've flown at all. It's been a long time since I've had a trip like that. And it was terrible yesterday.
It's fucking exhausting.
Like so tired.
That's the thing. I was like, every time I tell myself, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do all 4 loony bins in a row this year. I'm always thinking that. And then I get that. Start thinking about it more and more. And I'm like, that is some exhausting shit. You know
Well,
what I
and
mean?
then like with those things, because I had done 2 in a row a few times. Now I won't do 2 in a row, but just because I have a family. But you go and then, whatever, you get there on the Tuesday or, the day before. There's a couple of nights basically where you're not working. And then people will be like, oh, you can go and do this open mic. You can go and do this. I'm like, no, I'm hiding in
I'm
this
doing
weird
nothing.
comedy
Yeah,
house.
I'm going to sit in this comedy house.
Make some bucatini.
Watch some Netflix. Try to get some. Yeah, go to a grocery store. Try to live your life. Make the best of the situation is what you got to do.
Exactly. But it just, I don't have it in me.
The only place I want to eat.
So many in a row.
when I go to those loony bins is Raising Cane's, baby. Oh,
Well, yeah, and you can get that and bring it back.
yeah, exactly. It's the best. Also, those cities are not designed for walking.
Definitely not. There are zero sidewalks in the South, just so everyone knows that. You have to
weird.
walk. Chris was talking about it and it was hilarious. And he's like, I had to find a Target. And he's like, and then I just walked straight across 12 lanes of traffic so I could get there. It's like, yeah, you're like in the grass. He was talking about how the grass was wet, like in his pants wet. Because there's no side. I don't know why.
There's no sidewalks. It's weird. And especially in OKC is where I noticed it the most. There's just like Little Rock has like some neighborhood stuff going on, but OKC, there's nothing.
That's funny that you say that. So there's like somebody started like a journal thing of like, you can write a little entry when you're at that house in Oklahoma City working that loony bin. And Gabe and I were there maybe in like February, and I had written in it, and it was about, there wasn't anything in the kitchen. So I have olive oil. So use it, I'm going to leave it here, use it. I was like, I tried to go for a walk, but there's no sidewalks. So be careful. And then Graham K sent me a picture like 2 days ago because he was there, and he goes, still no sidewalks. And I used the olive oil, and I was like, it was still there. It's a long time.
It is a long time. Yeah. That shit goes bad, dude.
People don't. Yeah. And they don't cook very often. That's the problem. A lot of people just order stuff, but when you're there for that long, it's more financially responsible and probably better for your body to just make a grocery store stop. Yeah, it is kind of fun. But then you got to clean. I don't know.
You have way more fun cooking. Oh man, I love it so much.
Do 2 shows to people who really don't know who you are or care. Then you come back and you make some taquitos in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to bed.
And then you shame eat those in the living room while watching TV.
See, I'm a big, like, I'm going to be in my room.
I had my 30th birthday there at that house. I'm mad.
Sorry,
I'm still mad about it.
You should be mad. That's terrible place.
I had my 30th birthday with Gabe in the OKC.
What did you make a cake or anything?
I mean, I think I bought a pie and we ate pie and we watched the Andre the Giant documentary. And that was it.
Real upper too.
Real uppers. That was it.
All right, we got to do something big for your 40th where you're not working. If we're gonna do these big ones,
Yeah, it's weird. We're in a weird spot right now. I'm in a weird spot right now because I love comedy and I love doing it. I hate every aspect of touring already, and I don't know why. I think it's because I've had just bad experiences, where you have like awkward things like this. I had fun with Yogi. Like Yogi and I just did a little thing in Oregon, and that was super fun because you got to go with someone That's what makes it great.
And then like making better choices than we did, as far as like sleeping and still like trying to be a normal person makes a huge difference. And sometimes I just forget that, or, you can't sleep because you're not at home kind of stuff or whatever. Like if I could stick better to that stuff and just not do it as often, I guess. I just want to be alone, like hotels are fine. Actually, I function just fine in hotels, but I've had like Airbnbs a lot lately where we're saving money, obviously. So I'm getting like the room in which this is a thing there. Oh my gosh. These huge old houses in the South, right? They change them into, how like classic old house with like a tower and like just Victorian kind of looking, and you go in and then they have like the study with the double doors and, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
They take these houses and then make it from like a 4-bedroom house into like a 16-bedroom and with like locks on the doors so that they can rent each room out separately.
For Airbnb?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually almost stayed at one of these when I was touring with Kelsey, and I backed out and got a hotel last minute, and my hotel was disgusting, but I feel a lot better.
It's just, and I was fine and it locked and all that stuff. Both of them locked, but there's other people there. Like when I got there in Cincinnati, there's like just 3 dudes in the kitchen and my room's like on the edge of the kitchen. And so I was like, hey, just had to like walk through. That one had a property manager, which is nice. It makes you feel a little safer. It's not just a bunch of random people. Like someone's kind of in charge. And then I had one in Indianapolis because I was only there, very briefly and then leaving really early. So it's like, room's fine. And I don't even know. I never saw the other people who were staying there, but people were like running up and down the stairs and like playing the piano. Like, I was like, what in the fuck is happening? Like, yeah, it was weird, but I didn't expect that because normally over here, West Coast, when you're like, oh, private room, it's literally like a room in someone's house there's often a separate entrance for it, and it's just the one, and like they're living or whatever, or they're not there, but it's not like 10 other people who are also guests. Like that was,
Yeah,
yeah, it gets a
it's
little questionable.
it gets weird for sure. Well, I feel like we've gone kind of longer than we thought we
We
would.
have, sorry.
We
Yeah,
started
there's
talking.
so
We
much
have,
to check in
so
on.
we'll check in more next week.
Yeah.
But
sure.
Monica, do you have a charity for this week?
I do. I was just going to stick with Planned Parenthood, especially those that might be in a state that is not as supportive of women's rights, let alone reproductive rights.
Like the ones
So
you just toured in.
maybe, yeah. Yeah, if you feel like you want to donate to Planned Parenthood of Kentucky.
Well, that's nice. Is
Or
there anything-
Ohio. Ohio seems to suck ass
They really do.
at liking women. Anyways.
Is there anything you want to say to the listener before we go, though?
Oh, I love you so much.